Hey, I'm Jon Thelen. Today on Fish Head. You wouldn't know it, but it's midsummer right now. You look at how we're dressed, and I'll tell you what, you'd never know it. It's just one of those years. It's just been chilly. Water temps aren't getting up there, and it's making some bites change. And the big thing in a situation like this is just adjusting to what the bite is. And that's what we're gonna talk about today on Fish Head, because you know what? If you're fishing the way you normally would at the end of June right now, or the locations you normally would, you're probably not catching fish. So what we've had to do is make some adjustments, and that's what we'll talk about, because you know what? If you make these adjustments, you're gonna catch fish day in and day out. My friend Steve Kusske is gonna join me, and we're gonna whack on some walleyes today. Stay right where you're at. Fish Head's coming up.
There's one. Come on, baby. There's one.
Got that one?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the right one, but
there's one. I'm gonna net him right back through here, bud. So if you
feeling a little pikey.
You never know.
That's the right one.
That's what we're looking for right there. That's a great fish. Man, I'll tell you, that's an awesome walleye, dude.
It's a nice fish.
You thought that was a pikey.
It felt a little pikey.
You know, that's the thing about when you get these fish mixed in together. Sometimes it's hard to tell what you got. And we're fishing more like we would fish in May or October right now because of the weather. That's a great eye right there. We'll throw him back. But let me explain to you what I'm talking about. It's flat out cold.
Yeah.
It's flat out cold. It is right now the end of June. I mean, this is crazy. This weather, you know, late June. This weather has just been tough this year, and one of the things that's happened because of it, yeah, I'll let you just get baited back up there, but is, you know, the fish have not done what they would normally do at this time of the year. A lot of guys are fishing deep water. They're fishing the mid-lake stuff because really, year in and year out, that's where we would be right now. But I'll tell you what, the fish aren't there yet. It's just one of those years where water temp is dictating everything. And you know, sometimes I think we lose track of that. The truth is, walleyes don't have a calendar. I mean, they don't have any idea what day they are supposed to get to the mid-lake flats. They have no idea when they're supposed to go to deep water. It's all based on water temp. But this year, it's just not happening. It's just not warming up. In fact, the temps are dropping. I mean, we're down to 64-degree water, and we're on a fairly small lake. We were on a big lake yesterday, and we were looking at 62-degree water, you know, toward the end of June. And it just goes to show you that some years it's going to be that way, but what you got to do is you got to adjust. You got to fish stuff that is extensions of the shorelines, and that's what we're doing right now. We're fishing an extension of a shoreline that comes out on a point. The reason we're doing that is these fish haven't made the big move out to the deep water stuff yet. They're still sitting on this stuff primarily because of temperature. The bait fish haven't moved yet. They're still on that stuff that extends off the shoreline. As long as they're here, the walleyes are going to stay here. What's going to trigger the whole thing is when the water finally hits that near 70 degrees, everything's going to head out deeper, but we're not there yet. You got to fish this kind of stuff to catch fish right now. Oh, there we go. Oh, did you get bad?
Yep, he's still there. There you
got him. Look at that. So we're messing around, doing all kinds of stuff here, changing batteries and doing a bunch of stuff for just a little bit, bud, and I'll scoop them for you. Turn around, rod the rod holder, whammo. You know, another good walleye, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. Perfect.
Nothing wrong with that.
Look at that. I'll let you handle that fish. Another great fish. Man, they're liking that new white chrome today. That's awesome. You know, the first thing you think when you're in the scenario we're in today is you think about slow. And one of the things I'll tell you is I tend to agree with that to a certain point. I think a lot of times slowing down in these situations, especially in the spring, is really a good thing to do. But I'll also tell you that when fish start their move, and they have started this move, they've started to scatter out this point. And when they start that move, sometimes you got to do something that covers a little bit more ground like we're doing today. And what we're doing is pulling spinners, and we're pulling spinners. I'm pulling them a little slow, okay? And then the other thing I'm doing is I'm pulling minnows because it's early in the year. You know, they're not ready for crawlers yet. If you know, you need that first bug hatch. You need some warm water for those crawlers to really get going. But right now, you can pull spinners, pull them a little bit slower, and catch fish on minnows, and that's what we're doing. And right now, you want to be moving a little bit, covering a little bit of ground, and yet understanding that the water's cold. You gotta move a little bit slower too.
There he is. Right there. Yep. Well, it feels like a good fish.
All I'm doing is clearing out the small pike for Steve today. letting him get the walleyes as I clear out the small pike.
Nice eye.
Another good eye. Look at that. Wow. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna grab this fish, take care of it for you because I want to show everybody what we're using. This is the all new colors in the Little Joe series this year, and you know this is the first time in a lot of years that there's new colors and stuff in Little Joe, and Little Joe's been around forever. I mean, man, it just catches fish. Always has. Little Joe spinners are tough to beat. But I'll show you that in just a sec. Let's get this guy back. Steve's just putting it on me today. I've got the wrong color on apparently. Let me show you what he's using, and I mean this is just awesome what we've done with Little Joe. Little Joe now has 4 new colors. You can get a pink and gold, you can get a white and chrome, you can get chartreuse and gold, and you can get a blue and chrome. And what it is it's actual paint right on top of that chrome or that gold blade. So what you get is you get that flash. And when you get that flash and you combine it with the color, what you get is bites. And that's what's going on right now. I mean, when you really think about it, you look at today, we don't have much light. There's not a lot going on down there, so we're creating what's going on down there. And you put white and chrome down there, and then you put a shiner minnow on there, and man, that white and chrome, it all just comes together. It just looks like what they're naturally eating. So what we've done with this whole series is just make it so that there's colors that grab their attention, but then there's also the flash. So look for those. You can get them, you know, all kinds of configurations. What we're fishing today is the single hook minnow rig. It's called a Walleye Spinner, but then you can get it in a crawler harness and a floating crawler harness in all 4 of those great new colors. And they're just awesome. As you can see, he's putting it on me. I think it's time for me to go to a white and chrome.
I think it is too.
Fish. Go ahead and get baited up. Let's get back in there. Just fun when you're catching fish like this. I don't know that there's anything I find more fun than when you just get on a bite like what we're on right now and just sit and catch them. I'm going to switch right now over to that color because that has made a big difference for me. I mean, I've got more pike. For whatever reason, the pike seem to like the gold. You know, that'll happen. You know, on any given day, certain fish might be keyed in on something a little bit different. For whatever reason, man, that white is tripping their trigger today for you. There's one right there. That just hanging on it. Got him.
Got him.
These fish just moved a little. You know, there's a tip out here that we were fishing and we just slid down the edge of this. And you know what? There's some fish here. Good eye.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. About time I get in the act. Man, I'll tell you, what a fun day. You want to just deal with that one for me, bud?
I'll take care of it.
I'll let you have him. I dealt with a lot of fish for Steve today. And I'll tell you what. Here, you need pliers?
I got him.
Here you go. If you need that. What a fun day of fishing, man. Look at that fish. Another great eye. It's just the way the day's been. I mean, it's been a ball, but here's the thing. Just remember this. You know, go out there and fish in such a way that is based on what the season's given you. I don't think we'll keep them. We can go ahead and jump back. You know, don't worry about the calendar because the fish aren't worried about the calendar. You look at a year like this, you look at this cold water, you look at how we're dressed today. Steve said earlier, it feels like October, and it feels like October. But you know what we're doing? We're fishing locations more like it's October. We're fishing baits more like it's October. We're fishing a little bit slower. We're doing all the things you would do in October. Keep that in mind and you'll catch a lot more fish. What a great day of fishing that was.
Really
That's
good.
Awesome.
Yep.